Oh, just sometimes when AI, like when you copy it and paste it, and then it shows the links, because they just have like a little link symbol that's concealing the link in their own UI. But then when you paste it out, it shows the whole link instead of just the symbol. So it looks ugly to me. Yeah, what would I say? Hindu Gnostic's about right. That's a little bit wrong. It's a little bit wrong. I'm more of a Tantric than a Gnostic. So Tantric means weaving. Tantra means weaving. I see spirit as interwoven into matter, not that spirit is superseding matter and that matter is like a distraction from spirit. I mean, okay, it is for some people, but I think a lot of philosophies where we divide the spiritual from the material, like for example, sex. So sex, through sex you experience God. Through sex, you can touch spirit. But I would say, and this is actually a pretty common tantric interpretation, or at least I got it from Rajarshi Nandi to some extent, but I was kind of already halfway. Yeah, I'd say I mostly got from Rajarshi Nandi. It's like a lot of people will come in contact with spirit and they can't actually handle it. So, like, I think lust is a great situation, a great example through which to talk about divine energy. Because, you give in to lust, and what happens? There's more lust. You know what I mean? So, this comes into my emphasis with controlling the matter. Making one's digestion of these energies more comprehensive, making one able to hold more energy and be more potent in the life. Not necessarily in a terribly material way, but I think that's the really interesting thing about Tantra, is you get material benefits, but the deep psychological benefits and the spiritual benefits are much more powerful. In fact, now in this moment, it's like, over the past few weeks, I've been thinking about how tantric my viewpoint actually is, and how because Tantra is on one hand, Tantra is one thing I did for a little while. On the other hand, Tantra is really explains my whole outlook. It's my background basically, but mine isn't even terribly sexual. Although, of course, sex rights and things like that, I have some sympathy towards, because through Tantra I understand them. You know what I mean? But Tantra is the most dangerous. I think some people don't prepare their energy body. They just get that Kundalini going, and that can destroy you. I don't know. I've heard of at least one bad case that's bad enough. It's like, oh my god, So yeah. Yeah, so Tantric, not exactly Gnostic. But there's overlap, right? So, I think Tantra sometimes doesn't have as much of the higher philosophy in such a way, but I mean, I'm like into like Kashmir Shaivism basically. Kashmir Shaivism, which is very powerful, and of course, linked with Tantra. Also, Kashmir Shaivism is a little bit overlapping with like Enochian, I think, which is really interesting because Shiva is kind of like Satan, or Samael, and so. Anyways, there's all these connections, but I'm into the high philosophy as well as everything else.